Hello viewers, this is Just Fake Network TV, a place where you can get the latest information about Nigerian news. For those who subscribe, I want to say a very big thank you to you and will say God bless you for subscribing. If you're yet to do so, please kindly press the subscription button below. And now the news in details. No religion will be spared if Nigeria splits, says SGF. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, Mr. Boss Mustapha, has cautioned religious leaders to desist from propagating narrative capable of plunging the nation into a major crisis that would further tear the country apart. The SGF, who spoke at the first quarter meeting of the Nigeria Interreligious Council (NIREC) meeting yesterday in Abuja, with the team Together We Can Grow Peace for the Nation, warned that no individual or religion would be spared should the country be torn apart. He urged the religion leaders not to fall prey to the antics of persons and groups who were enemies of the state by aligning with the negative perceptions and narratives put forward with the aim of throwing the country into chaos to cause desegregation. In his words, there is no conflict in Nigeria between Muslims and Christians. That is the narrative the insurgent bandit kidnappers want to throw out there. And if we accept it as a narrative, then we are setting a course for a major crisis in the country. There are people totally against the agenda of God for our nation. If we want to exploit that and create this division, we will not be united against our fight against bandits, criminals, insurgents, terrorists, and we will be looking at all manners of conflict from the shield of religion. If this country comes apart, no religions will be spared. Nobody will be spared. We have seen it. According to Mustapha, there was the need for the deepening of political and religious collaborations to address the crippling security situations in the country. He added that organizations, groups, and institutions must continue to build an environment where prejudice, intolerance, violence, and other vices would remain alliance to the nation's culture and practices. The combined effect of all this indeed constitutes a formidable challenge to nation building and building national development and threat to peace, all of which are values that we crave. Your position as religious leaders put you in good stead to carry the message from government to all adherents and to our community. I must emphasize, and frankly too, that time is critical for this mission. My charge is therefore to call on this body to review the state of the nation and recommend ways to improve on the accomplishment of our set objectives. Co-chairman of NIREC, the Sultan of Sokoto Muhammad Sa'ad Abubakar III, who insisted that there was no such thing as persecution of Christians in Nigeria, as alleged by Christian group in recent times, lamented that Muslims were equally being killed in their numbers in Nigeria by terrorists and bandits. While noting that every individual's life, be it a Christian or Muslim, was scared, he urged aggrieved parties denied rights to build mosques or churches in such locations as the case may be, to approach relevant authorities to solve the problem rather than attribute such actions as persecutions. If you have that problem, reach out to the authority. That problem should not be seen as persecution, because if we're quoting persecution, I think I can quote from now till next 100 years of things that we have been done or not done to Muslims that will reach out to the authority in much quieter way, which we believe will bring solutions to these problems. For me, there is no persecutions of anybody in this country, because if you say there is one of Christians, there is also one of Muslims. But that will not solve the problem. The Sultan also raised concern over the insincerity among members of NIREC, noting that such attitude would only foster more discord, thereby allowing the insurgents have an edge in the ongoing war against insecurity in the country. If we have identified our problems, let us sit down in a most honest manner and bring out solutions. So guys, what is your own opinion? What is your own take about what SGF said? Mr. Boss Mustapha, concerning the issue that is between the Muslims and the Christians. Do you think this guy is actually saying the truth? Do you think so? Because my own take is that this Fulani, they think that we are fools. They think that we don't know what is going on in the country. They think that we don't have the mind of our own. Because the problem that we have concerning the issue of Fulani is that the Fulani, they like to rule. They like to rule Nigeria. They like to take charge. And that is what is going on right now. And that is the reason why they are trying to harm the innocent Nigerian people. But my question is this: how long are we going to continue to preach about these bandits? About all these people that are harming us in the country? How long are we going to keep saying that? It's just so unfortunate that our leaders are not even doing anything about it. And people are tired. And they forget to mention the main things that is even tearing the country apart. They forget to mention it. They forgot to mention the Fulani headsmen that have been terrorizing the Christians, men and women, in their numbers. And now this guy is coming up and start talking about the Christians doing this and that. Forgetting about the Muslim, forgetting about the Fulani's ex-men that are performing atrocity all around the world. It's just so bad. Because the thing is that, what about the lopsided appointments at key positions at the federal levels that are even tearing the country more apart than anything else you can imagine? The only thing that I can say is that the Fulanis are simply power-thirsty baboon. All they know is just for them to take charge. And once they did not allow them to take charge, they start harassing people. They start harassing innocent Nigerian men and women. And what is the Nigerian system doing about it? Nothing. It's a shame on Nigerian leaders right now that there is nothing they can show, there is nothing they can bring to the table concerning this issue of insecurity in our country right now. And now this guy, the SGF, is coming out and start talking about so many things, shifting blame on Christians. How? Why is it doing such a thing? May God help us in our country, trust me. May God help us, because this thing, it is only God that can help us. And yet, upon all the things that is going on in the country, there is still abject poverty in our country. People are still suffering. To eat 3 square meals in a day is a problem. And now this guy is coming up to say a bunch of unnecessary things. May God help us. May God help us. And somebody said, thank you, sir. But can you say about the herdsmen menace in the country that is unchecked by government? What do you say about the lopsidedness of appointment by your boss, Buhari? There are fundamental questions that are set to divide the country. It is right to conclude that the government itself is responsible for the division, which is eminent anyway. The thing is that it's just the reality. The government, they are the problem in our country. They are the source of everything that is going on. They are the source of everything that is going on, that is making the innocent Nigerians to suffer. Whether we like it or not, whether we accept it or not. And that's the real part about it. They say prejudice in presidential appointments that favor Fulani tribes over the other in defense, paramilitary, oil and gas, and so on, even when unmerited. Exploitations of the resources of the oil-producing states and sharing the proceeds as allocations to others, while marginalizing the goals that lays the golden egg. Courts marshalling of ill-equipped soldiers while sponsoring jihadists to study abroad with taxpayers' money, denials of truth in preference to propaganda, state-sponsored oppression, intimidations and false accusations of land from ethnic minorities for Fulani herdsmen, complicities in ethnic cleansing of northern minority tribes, and many other lopsided appointments of portfolios and priorities are reasons enough for disintegrations of the country. Wow, I support this person. Trust me, these are the major reasons why Nigeria might divide at the end of the day. And it's just so unfortunate that things are falling apart in our country right now. Things are falling apart. May God help us, guys. So, guys, what is your own take about this? What is your own opinion about this guy saying that this is not called for division in our country? What do you think? Kindly drop your comments at the comment section. For those who subscribe, I want to say a very big thank you to you for subscribing. If you're yet to do so, please kindly press the subscription button and also press the notification button to get more updates whenever we upload videos. And God bless you once again. Amen. Bye.